I'm tired of dealing with the Excels, with the emails.
International wholesale is struggling with very low hit ratio.
You need to have that as a foundation first, and then you do AI on top of that.
So let's imagine now that I am a representative of an international wholesale, and I'm taking a long, hard look at my legacy systems, and I decide that I've hit a wall, and I'm tired of dealing with the Excels, with the emails flying around. My sales do not have visibility on the customers. They are missing the speed when it comes to answering the quotations, and everything's a little bit. I feel that the business is escaping. The low margins are killing me on the products.
We all know that the biggest challenge when it comes to the international wholesale is a number of quotes and the quoting process. Since years, international wholesale is struggling with very low hit ratio. It is around 5%.
I would actually look at an Exo for wholesale. You mentioned this earlier, and I think this is a really good kind of accelerator or like starting point to start off of. A lot of the times these companies in this situation will have like a 20-year-old Siebel implementation with 20 years of technical debt, old products, bad pricing, etc. And we need to look at, okay, what do we want our products to look like going forward? What do we want our sales process and fulfillment process to look like going forward? You can either start that from scratch and start an implementation, start from scratch with an empty slate and say, okay, this is how we want to start modeling SD-WAN or whatever. Or you can look at something like an Exo for wholesale where you have some reference product models, you have a reference process, and you can use that as a starting point to say, okay, let's deploy this into a Salesforce org, see what that looks like, start tweaking it based on our requirements, our pricing, our customer specific stuff. You need to have that as a foundation first, and then you do AI as a layer on top of that.
It's a great example. In the matter of fact, we already have prepared POCs, working POCs in this area. So what we are working on is agent force for international wholesale for a sales process, and this tool will improve both the quotations which are coming from emails, and this will transform every email to the quotation, and it will work perfectly together with the communications cloud, and we'll be able to transform the mail to the product catalog, to the offer, and we'll give the information back to the customer. And of course, what is even more important, that we can transfer every Excel file, every request which is coming from the customer today into the quotation. And this is usually the biggest headache, to transform the request to the format that is readable by the system, do the changes in this. So I think it would be the quick and most powerful solution for the headache of the international sale.
You need to have good data to have useful insights for AI to drive on, and I think that's actually a place where AI itself can be used. So there's a really neat new feature in Salesforce contracts, where Salesforce contracts via AI and Agentforce is able to parse contract documents that are PDFs or images or whatever. It can go through and understand, okay, this is contract number 123 for customer ABC. It has these contract line items, it has these terms and conditions, and it can actually parse all of that information, understand it, and make that data structured. So from that PDF file or whatever, create a contract with the terms and conditions as structured data within Salesforce.
I think that Georgi already said, we start with looking at your data. This is the first point. So then we will look at your systems. If you have a proper product catalog, if you have a proper CPQ that can be that we can use in the automation. So I think this is a starting point.
The key thing is that you need that foundation in place, and I think a solution like an Exo for wholesale gives you a head start on that foundation. So you're not starting from scratch, you're part way there, and you tweak it based on what you need for your business.
For all the listeners out there, I strongly invite you to check out the use cases that we've already done. So by all means, do experiment, do try things with AI, but also try and lean on these business experts at Anexo, because we've already done some experimenting and we have very promising use cases for wholesale ready for you to use and not experiment yourself. Thank you for being here, guys. Thank you for taking the time.